ServiceNow Mastery Series. Today we are going to explore. Hello everyone, welcome to ServiceNow Mastery Series. Today we are going to explore more UI policy and data policies. We have learnt about UI policy and data policy in our previous video, and today we will explore more by practicing more examples. So, let me just revise you through the concept of UI and data policy. So, what is the UI policy? UI policies dynamically change the behavior of the fields on the form, like on the incident form and on the change request or on the problem. So, if I just click on the incident and click on create new, so basically the UI policies, I'll show you. First of all, we will right click on the incident form and after that, okay, we can also go through here. Yeah, we'll right click and click on configure and click on UI policy. So basically UI policies, it changes the behavior of the fields on the form in the real time based on the special condition. Whatever the conditions we have, we will apply it on the fields in the form. So they control the field visibility, mandatory status or the read only state without requiring a page refresh, right? So the key components of the UI policy, as you can also see, we have to apply the conditions. These all are the conditions, and into that the table name you can also choose it, whether it's an incident or the change request or problem or service request. Then the field is there of the short description, the order is there, and when to apply. There is one field when to apply field, conditions are there, then global, reverse, false, and onload and inherit, and there is also the script as well. If I just click on the run script checkbox, then it comes when do you want to run the script in the UI type. It's for only for the desktop or for the mobile service portal or for both desktop and for the mobile, so you can choose the all as well. And execute if true, execute is if false. So majorly when we have to write the script, we choose a client script but not UI policy, so only just to apply some of the little bit conditions to make the field. For example, I just want in the incident table when category, I'll choose the field as category. When category is software, then I will just save it. When category is software, then make subcategory field mandatory. So I'll just save it. I'll right click on the header and click on save. So to stay on the same page, I will click on save. And when when you just click on save, so below when to apply conditions, you can see UI policy actions. So related to this apply condition, what actions you want to perform it, this UI policy action tab will open. So when you just click on new, and the field name would be, I'll choose a subcategory, right? So this is a bucket, you can choose from it subcategory. Okay, here it is subcategory mandatory. I want it as a true. So through UI policy, you can make it as mandatory, visible, and read only. These three items you can make it like true or false. So I wanted to make it mandatory. If you want any of the field to clear the field value, whichever the field value is there already present, you want to clear it. So you can click on this checkbox, right? Then I will click on submit. So this is the UI policy. Now it's a time to check that our UI policy applies or not. So when the category is what? software. See, now subcategory is not mandatory, but when I just choose a category software, then subcategory makes as mandatory. So this is a UI policy. This is a very small example. We have also studied about the data policy. So what are the data policy? Data policy enforce the data integrity rules regardless of how data enters the system, like from import, web service, etc. So they work as a server side and cannot be bypassed. So basically, UI policies are the work on the client side, data policy work on the server side, and data policy also enforce the data integrity rules. Like the key characteristics, if I want to tell about the data policy, so they enforce the mandatory fields, they set the fields to read only, it apply all across all the data entry models, and execute on the server side. So this is the data policy. So now we will see examples on data policy. So to prevent the closed ticket modification, so the scenario will be like once an incident is closed, no one should modify the key fields. So this is the scenario. So basically, what we can do is we can apply the data policy. So we'll have to click on right click on the header and click on the configure, then comes on the data policies. So there you can see so many of the data policy list is there, and we'll create a new data policy. So one data policy which is applied on the incident is like not to close the incident if the resolution tab is not filled. So it's a mandatory. So for the short description, basically uh, the short description is once an incident is closed, no one should modify the key fields. So not to modify key fields once incident is closed. So basically, this is the short description, and in the data policy you can able to see like there's the application, there's the table name, and if you want to inherit any of the data policy from the parent, so you can also click on this checkbox and reverse false active and apply to import sets. Uh, these options are not available in the UI policies because in the data policy it's basically it can be applied to import sets, applied to SOAP whenever we want to do any of the integration, uses the UI policy on the client, and then it's given as a condition. So when the state will choose when the state is closed, and then we will click on save so that we can apply the data policy actions. So when you just scroll it down, you can able to see convert this to the UI policy. When you just convert it to UI policy, then it's also showing that this data policy will be converted to UI policy, and um, basically basically, if we convert this data policy to the UI policy, so it then apply only to the client side. It will not apply to the import sets, not apply to the SOAP. So if we just click on this link, then it will convert to UI policy. So data policy rules are there. So when you just click on new, so as you can see, there are only two actions which you can perform on data policy, which is like read only and mandatory. Visible is not there. So when the state is closed, so then I want to make it only read only for the caller field, I want to make it as a read only. So if I just click on submit, and you can also mention you can also see one difference, which is in the UI policy, run scripting option is there, in which you can write the script. Also in the data policy, run script option is not there, so you can't write any of the script in the data policy. So then you just click on update when the state is closed, right? Then caller field will be read only. So to check it, we'll click on the create new, and when the state will be closed. So first of all, you have to make one of the incident which I'm just choosing as Adela in the caller, and major issue in short description. So this is the incident, and when we just click on as a state to the close, then this is also the data policy which is already there. When the state will be closer, so we have to write the resolution code is a mandatory, and resolution notes also. So it's a duplicate and issue. I'm only just writing it. I'll click on save. So as you can see, the uh, caller field is getting as a read only.